But in 1997, the Asian economies collapsed, and the primary reason for the collapse of the Asian economy was identified the capital account convertibility. Afterwards, nobody talked about capital account convertibility in India. In 2006 March, the Prime Minister of India addressed a foreign investment group in Bombay. When he said our country is so strong, so great, so powerful today that our financial system is irreversibly integrated with the financial system of the world, and now we have to make one step forward, and that is capital account convertibility. In the open meeting, he said, I am directing the RBI governor to prepare the roadmap for that. In 2006 March. And the finance minister said, yes, I will get it done. And he called the RBI governor, and the newspapers were asked, we are now just 10 inches away from full-scale liberalization. So the RBI governor, as usual, he appointed a committee. And he gave 3 impossible terms to that committee, that you must decide on convertibility if the fiscal deficit is less than 3%. He knows the politicians will never be able to achieve it. And the inflation rate is less than 5%. He knows it can never be achieved. And there should be surplus trade balance on our external account. He knows it cannot be achieved. He said, you achieve these all 3 impossible things, then the impossible capital account convertibility can be achieved. But imagine how irresponsible, and we call this man a great economist. And he said, Indian economy is irreversibly integrated with the global financial system. Mark this. This is March 2006. 30th September 2008. He comes back from America. Then everybody is asked, what is the biggest challenge India is facing? The biggest challenge India is facing is how to insulate our financial system and the global financial system. He said it is irreversibly integrated. Now he says how to insulate it from. See what he says on 16th of November. He said the global Indian financial system and global financial system are so integrated that it is not possible to do anything other than a coordinated approach for the world. What is this talk? Integration in 2006 March, insulation in 2008 September, and again integration in 2008 November. What do these people talk? Do they mean anything at all? But Indian economy is insulated. Indian financial system is insulated for 3 reasons. 1, we have not allowed capital account convertibility. 2, we have not allowed foreign banks to operate in India. And many people say, see, Chinese have allowed the foreign banks to operate in China. China has told, when Americans, all these foreign banks wanted to operate in China, they said, come on, you come and operate, we have no issue. They were stunned. They put red carpet, welcome. Citibank come, Barclays Bank come, but only one condition. Foreign banks should operate and open bank accounts, lend money to only foreign companies in China. And a corresponding direction was given to Chinese banks. Chinese banks will not open foreign bank accounts, foreign companies' bank account, or lend money to foreign bank accounts, foreign companies. The Chinese banks will lend money, open bank accounts only for Chinese. What is the use of their operating? They are only giving you a place to rent and have your own show with your own people. You cannot merge into Chinese economy. That shows leadership. But in India, anything that the foreigners do in their country is what we should do in India. This is because of the allegiance to Anglo-Saxon intellectualism. The English language in India, instead of exporting India abroad, has imported abroad to India. With the result, There is a bill pending in the parliament today to allow 74% foreign investment into Indian banks. If this bill is passed, most of the private banks would be taken over. That is, next you privatize the nationalized banks, they will be candidates for takeover. How many of you know that the most profitable bank in India is a bank in Tamil Nadu called the Tamil Nadu Mercantile Bank? 28 lakh is the paid up capital, 85 crores is the profit. No bank can challenge that kind of results. Have you ever talked about it? So we don't know about India. If India is unaware of anything in the world, if the Indian intellectuals, English educated intellectuals, the media, the bureaucrats, it's ignorance about India. Now I will come to India. In India, the family system is what sustains India. In fact, we were all worried in the Swadeshi movement that when foreign companies come here and they put their wares to our people, they will be able to take over our consumption economy.